It is my Geeta Gyan that be the lady who can turn her can'ts into can and her dreams into plans. I am Geeta and welcome to this show, My Fair Lady. In this show, I bring to you women with startups from this amazing business city, Surat. My guest of today started by working in a hospital as a clinical nutritionist. And after that, she went to write on blogs for a company which sells protein bars from Mumbai. She soon realized that there was a niche where she could supply healthy snacks to the people who want to lead a healthy life. And thus came Snackart. Let's meet this awesome mother of two and hear about her journey. Let's welcome Fatema Arsiwala. Hi Fatima, welcome to the show, My Fair Lady, and I'm so very happy to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me for the interview, and I'm really glad to meet you.
My pleasure, my dear. So of course we are going to start with your journey, how it all began, how the seed of the idea germinated and bloomed, and that whole journey of yours. We want to know all about it. Let's start.
Okay, so I have been working as a nutritionist. So it was freelancing as well as when I worked as a chief nutritionist in the hospital. Okay, so we have a lot of OPD consultations there also. So people with weight, diabetes, and all those issues. So the one thing that always came to a problem is snacking, because you have 3 meals, but snacking plays a very important role in your diet.
Of course.
And nobody has time, to cook something at home. Even if you tell them to boil some things, it's a very tedious task. Not everybody is very easily able to do it.
True.
So then they used to always ask me, ma'am, can you suggest something that we get in the market? And when I used to do the research myself, there were fair few companies who used to make snacks in the healthy sector, but then they were namesakes and not actually very healthy. Okay. So currently we have a lot of energy bars, and few of them are quite good, but we cannot say the same for all. And the main problem the consumers face is they don't know how to read the nutritional label. Okay, so they just see the front of the pack, all the hype and the claims that are advertised by the companies, and they fall for it.
And then the taste.
Exactly, the taste. That's the thing,
fine.
The taste.
Nobody bothers.
So I really wanted to develop a product which is actually healthy and which is tastier, and people can switch to it easily. Right. So then I began my research and I was thinking what we can go for. So then I came across chickpeas. Okay, so the first product is crispy, which is made from roasted chickpeas. Now why chickpeas? Because what we people don't know, as Indians, we are very accustomed to eating chole as chole.
Yes.
But chickpea is a very important part of the Mediterranean diet, which has been claimed to reduce blood pressure and a lot of heart problems and everything. And chickpeas are the most researched pulse all over the world when it comes to health benefits.
Okay.
So that was the whole base.
And the protein is there.
And the protein is there. A lot of antioxidants, fiber, everything that you need. Okay, it is a very good quality protein. And that's how the whole thing began. Now the main thing what people like when we eat a snack is something has to be crunchier, it has to be tastier. So that's what we worked on. So when we started, we spent 6 months on getting the perfectly roasted chickpeas so that are crunchier to eat. The normal chana that we get in the market, crispy is totally different from that. Okay, when you taste it, it is more crispier. And we had flavors like Nimbu Pudina, Spanish tomato. So the ones which complement the snacks that we get already. Lay's and other company, the chips that we get.
True.
That was one thing. So we were sorted on the protein part. We have the fiber part. So we and there were no chemicals and preservatives in it. The one thing was we also wanted it to be low in sodium. Right. Because all the snacks you get in the market, they have this more than 100-150 milligrams of sodiums in each pack. So we again spent 3 more months in all an R&D, and we reduced the sodium content and brought it to 35 mg per pack.
Okay.
So that was one thing that we really worked for. And we had during all those times, all the R&Ds, we were doing these nutritional tests continuously, to get the ideal product. So and then we were finally able to launch it in 2019.
Okay, just a year back.
Yeah, year back. So when after that we again went into R&D for the sodium part. So it was finally, we can say it was 2020 we were able to launch. Before the lockdown started.
Okay.
So that was one big stretch, a dry spell we could say for everyone. So that was one big block. But that is how we did. Now we are coming up with more products like trail mixes, dried fruits, because people want variety and we want to give them good snacks in different forms. So that is one thing. So Snackart is to produce snacks which are healthiest and not just by claims, actually they are healthy.
Actually. So you think you are really different from what is available in the market because of low sodium, because of all the other
no chemicals, no preservatives. And
okay.
one very important thing that we are keeping that as a base of our company is we are portion sizing all the packs that we are making. Okay, what happens, we have all these bulk packets, so we don't know how much you're supposed to eat. But you have one pack of crispy, so it gives you enough calories a snack should give, enough proteins for one time, and enough fiber.
Okay.
So 10 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, and 150 kilocalories, an ideal snack that should be.
Okay.
So there is no fear of overeating. And
right.
a person knows, okay, this much I am supposed to eat, not more, not less.
Yeah, otherwise when you sit with the pack, sometimes you just finish off the whole thing.
You're watching a series and you're eating, and you don't know how much you have eaten.
And then you realize instead of really, trying to control your food, you've gone and overeaten.
Perfectly. And even now the nutritional labels, they are always per 100 grams. Okay.
Right.
And the portion size we don't know. So sometimes all these bulk packs are more than 100 grams or more than one serving. So you are, whatever servings you eat, you have to double the amount of calories and fat you are taking. So this is one thing that you have to be very much careful for.
Yeah, this is great. I'm sure this is going to be very helpful for people to know, but they should get this message that this is what we are trying to do. Otherwise, they feel it's like
so
everything
that's what
else.
we are going to keep as a base for marketing, that it is ideally portion sized for you. So people are okay with this much we had, so more than enough.
Not to go for that second pack. So you were working in Mumbai before, or you were?
No, I have completed my education in Mumbai.
In Mumbai.
Then I worked here only in Surat.
Okay.
There we did our internships and everything as per the studies required. That's it.
Okay. So you feel that your tasty snack is good for people in India as well as abroad, or are you getting the responses which you want from abroad as well?
Actually, for the people in other countries, we are working on developing flavors that suit their cultural and their likings. So that's what we are working on.
Okay.
So we have introduced 2 new flavors like wasabi and Mexican salsa for the same. So these are the flavors, then we can start marketing there. So we are looking this year. This year is going to be a day when we are going to take our snacks. Year is going to be the year when we take ourselves global.
Okay.
So let's see how it works.
So that is the vision which you have for your brand, that you want to take it global.
Yes.
And you want to add like whatever number of products
to the
that you
line.
can.
So this year we are planning to add at least 3 more products with multiple SKUs. So let's see how it works out.
So you want to only stick to snacks, or you want to get into ready to eat sort of food as well?
No, ready to eat snacks. That's it. That's the sector we are going to concentrate on for now. Then the future depends what the flow is. We can think about it, but we are not diversifying into ready to eat mixes or pre-mixes or anything as such.
So do you feel that being in a smaller town, like many people tell me, that being in a smaller city, you don't get this, you don't get that and stuff like that, and you miss out on things. So do you think that if it was a bigger city like Mumbai or something, you would be better off?
Okay, honestly, I have lived in Mumbai, so I know how Mumbai is. So earlier when we settled in Surat, so there were little reservations on my part. But now if you ask me, I will not be anywhere else than Surat. And I love Surat. And all the opportunities you get as an entrepreneur, all the platforms available here are like apt for any growing startup. Surat is a good place to be if you are a budding company. So I think I have no qualms
even
about
for an
not
established company. I think there are plenty over here, and it's really booming in so many ways.
Surat may be a small city, but it is very enterprising if you see. And people are always doing something new, coming up with newer ideas. So I guess there is nothing small about Surat anymore.
True. So was there any one point of time when you felt that, okay, this is what I want to do for all my life? Like one moment when, it's that eureka moment. Okay, this is it. I want to do this all my life.
Yeah, actually that was it. As I told you, I was working right in a hospital, and it was a very good job. I was paid well. I had very flexible hours. So it was a very comforting thing. It was like going out of your comfort zone and doing something totally different. And that's something that is not going to give you results immediately.
Right.
But then I had reached a point working there that I had learned everything I could from that thing, and I wanted something to challenge myself.
Like no growth
was there. Nothing. I knew I couldn't learn anything more from here.
Okay.
Because when I joined, the hospital was a new hospital itself, and when I joined, so doctors were not very forthcoming for a nutritionist, because I was in Mumbai, so Mumbai has a very different look towards nutritionists. And when I came to Surat, so it was like they had a very lot of reservations. But then it took a lot of time for me to make my place in the hospital, and a day came when the doctor said, you ask Fatema whatever she suggests for the patients, I don't want to interfere in it. And few of the doctors I have very good terms with today also, who are no longer attached to the hospital, as well as who are attached to the hospital.
Of course, their contacts.
So that was one thing. That was a very challenging part at that time, to prove myself as well as my field that it holds so much of importance in a patient's life. After that was done, I stayed. It was all going well, but then I needed something to challenge myself. Something different. And I thought, how much longer I'm going to do the same thing repeatedly every day. And there was this, my husband was also looking for a new business idea, and this was going on in my head from a long time when I was doing my research and writing all the blog articles and everything. So I just talked to him once, and he was like, okay, let's give it a try. And that's how the whole R&D thing began. And we established it we got our registration in 2018 December, and then the whole 19 was in R&D and everything. So but that was a turning point. I thought, no, I want to do something out of my comfort zone, and let's do it, because I'm from a science background. Okay, I don't know what finances are, accounting is, credit, debit, वो इतना कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है. Okay, it's total science you ask, okay, good, but all these account management and finances was very difficult. So I have done n number of courses to acquaint myself how the whole thing works, how the e-commerce platform works, what is digital marketing. Because if you approach anyone to do something, you should have a basic knowledge.
You should know it yourself. Yes,
otherwise, how would you do it? Okay, so I did so many courses during that time to make sure that I can get my business started the way I wanted.
Okay, and this is something which just keeps growing, so I think you have to keep learning, and you have to keep updating, and you have to keep understanding what is happening in the world and all that.
We started with Amazon, and Amazon itself is a very good platform, but it has lots of complexities. So it is hours of work to get your product listed on Amazon, because they have so many criterias and everything. But we were able to do it, and now we have a team to help us with everything, so it's not so much of pain anymore.
Okay, so your products are available only on Amazon or on other platforms as well?
Amazon, Flipkart, Qtro, then there are a lot of other websites like Beat My Sugar, small websites, India-based websites, and as well as our own e-commerce website. So
so people can order directly from
our website and all the platforms.
And you don't have any retail outlet over here?
No, we don't have a retail outlet as a factory outlet from our side, but we are thinking of entering the offline market.
Okay.
But we are thinking of doing it once we have all our products in place. So not just for 1 or 2 products currently.
And would you also be supplying to shops in Surat?
Yeah, we are already in talks with
big supermarkets or whatever.
Yes.
So that would be the next step.
Because we are targeting not all the local stores and shops. Our niche is very premium. So that's what we are going to keep it that way. So only premium stores in Surat. So that's what our aim is.
Great. So next 5 years from now, you think you will have at least 15 products?
We are hoping to. That's one milestone we want to reach.
That is one.
Yes.
Okay. And that is in 5 years you want to plan.
5 years,
and reach how many countries?
India, though, we are going to
cover fully
this year itself.
Conquer, that is the word. Yeah.
And other countries we are looking at is USA, UK, UAE side. So let's see.
And there are lots of Indians as well there.
Exactly, that's the one point.
Yeah.
And there's one thing when I was doing my research and I came to know that we Indians now we adopt trends a little later. So this energy bar market was a very budding market in US and other countries some 10 years down the line. Okay, so now they are going for a lot of varieties in their snacks. So they are going for this pea-based protein snacks.
Yeah.
Even our Indian moong and everything is quite in rage.
But a lot of foreigners are going to become on vegetarian and vegan
they are
diets.
Adopting the vegan vegetarian diets and everything. So that is one aspect, because the market is already laid out there for us.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we are planning to expand to.
Great, amazing journey. So now we are coming to that segment where we are going to ask you some fast track, rapid fire sort of questions. And what I'm going to be asking you is, you can answer in short or you can answer in a few words or whatever. Okay. So if there is one thing which you want to change about your past, what would you like to change?
Okay, nothing as such.
Okay.
So I think everything has been perfect.
Perfect.
So far. Like I got married at a time, I had kids at right time.
At the right
so
time.
everything has been worked out the way I always wanted.
Okay.
No regrets so far.
No regrets. Okay, so you don't want to change anything. Okay, how would you describe yourself in one word?
Okay, I am a little passionate. So passionate about my ideas, even emotional. So everything just affects me too much.
Okay.
So I think that's a good thing in a way. It may have disadvantages, but I take it as a good thing.
Yeah, of course. And if the world is just totally free of COVID, what would be the first thing you would do?
Oh, I will go travel.
Travel. What is there on your bucket list first?
My bucket list, the place I always want to visit is whole of Europe. Because I am a very avid reader. So Jane Austen, Bronte sisters. So that's the whole idea of romance for me. So Europe is the place I want to explore. So that's one place I would like to go.
You want to go. Great. And if you had one superpower, what would you like to have?
Okay, that's a thing that I always think about because I am a very big fan of Marvels and DC comics and everything. So I would like to be invisible and fly. I need 2 superpowers, not one.
Yeah, so you have to have both. Yeah, we want it all anyways.
Yes.
Women want it all. Okay, so you want to be invisible and you want to fly.
Yes.
Okay. If you had to become invisible and not fly, it won't do. Or if you
Then
could fly and not be invisible, not do. Together it would be really too strong for anybody to compete.
Yes, actually.
Okay, that was wonderful. Now you get to ask me a question and I get to give you Geeta
Sure.
Gyan.
Actually, I have been looking at all your interviews. So I just wanted to know what inspired you to start the production house and the big shot with this whole interview thing.
Yeah, so my production house is a company which my daughters visualize. So she always wanted to do something which was on a bigger scale, but after a few years. So that was her baby and I'm supporting her.
Okay.
But where the interviews and all, where my YouTube channel concerned, where my shows concerned, it was just as a fun thing because she has worked in the industry in Mumbai and she knew a lot of people. So we started with interviewing friends, you know, just as a thing. I said, let me do it. And also what happened was when I wanted to get into acting, I just had this thing. I was always been a corporate person and I wanted to get into acting. A couple of years back I went and I studied acting for films and all that in New York. I went to Mumbai, all those things. But then you know, at least at my age, you know, the roles are typical, like, you know, you're just a mother or a mother-in-law and even other, but okay, they are good, it's fun, all that is good. But just, you know, for me, I wanted to just be in front of the camera, that was all. So I said, let me start doing something like this. And we started putting everything on the channel, which is what I do. So I love talking to people, I love knowing about people, I love traveling, I love fitness, I love, you know, taking care of myself with all the different routines of skin and hair and all that. And all the stuff that I love doing and a basic lifestyle of mine, we put it on that channel. So we've done a lot of videos about that. And then of course, because I'm a corporate person, I've always loved to promote and support women working. So a lot of my team people in my house also, I've got a whole lot of female gang working. So I love supporting females who are working, who are trying to do something. If they need mentoring, if they need support, if they need any type of assistance or guidance, I'm always there. So yeah, I think that has also wanted me to do even a show like this. So that, and being from a small town, when people don't give much importance to a small town, I think Surat is something which is very booming, very upcoming, very progressive. It's like an emerging business capital, and that is why I wanted, you know, our young girls and our young entrepreneurs to be out in public and let people know what we can do.
Well, thank you so much for counting me in for the whole thing. It's really fun and it's very nice what you do, you know. It's like it takes so much of courage, you know, to do the thing that you're doing.
Do you
facing
feel
the
that?
Camera.
Yeah, no, I think it's just something which people must know, because now there is so many ways of letting people know and you can reach so many people. And I want to specially reach people over 50 who feel that they give up after a certain age, that what to do now, let's just sit, let's just relax or take care of the grandkids or something like that.
Cliche things.
Yeah, cliche things.
No, but I think the whole 50 plus thing is really nice. You can be you can be an inspiration to a lot of women for the same.
Yeah, I would love to be that.
Because I think I have never heard people talk about 50 plus.
Yeah.
So it's a very good thing, targeting them. I mean, it's really
I don't know. I
needed in
feel,
these-
when your children have grown, everybody is busy in their lives and all, and you feel sort of, away, not really much wanted in the house. People don't really want so much of your opinions. They'd rather listen to their wives if the sons are there, or the husbands if the daughters are there, or whatever, So I feel it's better to have your own and not really bother about what everybody is thinking and wanting.
And the 50 plus now are quite different than 50 plus who were there some 10 years, 20 years back.
And
so
you've
we
got
need
so much,
some outlets.
you have so much energy left, you've got so much resources left in you, you've got so much productivity left in you, and you can always learn. So now is the time.
Yes, now is the time to pursue the dreams we couldn't before.
We couldn't before.
That's
That is
very
the
important thing.
Yeah, because I wanted to act when I was in college, and then it didn't happen. After that, life happens, and life takes you all over wherever you don't want to go.
But even that has its own advantages, right?
It does. It's always interesting when you look back. At that point of time, you may feel bad, but when you look back, you see, okay, we went through all that, and this is what we became.
True.
Great. This was lovely talking to you. Now we want to end this show with your mantra of life.
Okay. See, one thing, when I was having my first baby, so there were a lot of things I wanted to do and I couldn't do it. And then I realized that I don't want to be one of the people who always complains I couldn't do this because I had kids.
Yes.
So that was one thing always motivated me to do everything I want to do, because as I told you, I don't want any regrets in my life. I don't have regrets in the past. I don't want them in the future too.
True.
So that's one thing I try to live up to. So I do everything I want to do, and at the same time balance it with my family and my kids.
Of course.
So
that is always there.
One thing.
Great. So your mantra is to balance your family and your work.
Yes, and live life regret free.
And live life regret free. Yes.
Okay.
Amazing. It was lovely talking to you, Fatema. I wish you all the very best and all what you planned for your future. And I hope to see this whole progress, because I'm here in Surat, you're here in Surat.
We'll be meeting.
We'll be
discussing
we'll be connected.
Milestones as we reach.
Yes. So we met Fatema, and you saw how beautifully she has managed her life. Absolutely regretlessly. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this show. I'm going to see you again with another guest, another startup, and another inspiring journey. So till then, stay fit, be healthy, and keep yourself being awesome.